Are you a job hunter who is considering working with recruiting firms to help you land your next position? If so, these 7 insider secrets will definitely help you during your job search. You need to know these. For most job seekers, conducting a comprehensive job search includes, at least to some degree, interfacing with recruiters, who are also known as headhunters. But for many people, this is also one of the most misunderstood aspects of a job search. Here are some quick tips and must-knows to demystify the process of contacting and working with recruiters, and to help you build relationships that ensure you're top of mind when the ideal position for you comes across a recruiter's desk. There are 2 types of recruiting firms, and the distinctions are really crucial for you to understand. Retained recruiting firms work directly for client companies and are paid to screen candidates based on very specific criteria. Retained firms often handle recruitment searches for the most senior and highest paying positions, where contingency firms, which are the other type, sometimes work in competition with each other and only get paid if they find the winning candidate for an open position. Now, it's important to note that in both of these cases, the company pays the fee to the recruiter. The company pays the fee to the recruiter, not the job seeker. It is not customary for a job seeker to pay the recruiting fee. So if you're being asked to do that, you have to be very, very cautious. Now, number 2, remember that recruiters work for the company, not for you. This is the most common misperception. The company is the recruiter's client, and you are the candidate, essentially the product that the recruiter is offering to their client. Because of the way the recruiting industry is structured, most recruiters will be seeking to work with the candidate most likely to get hired. And this is the candidate who fits a very specific profile provided by the client. Now, most likely to get hired does not necessarily translate to most likely to succeed. So if you find that you're not the perfect fit for a position, don't take it personally. For this reason, if you're trying to make a career change of any sort, recruiters will not be your best source, as you will rarely fit the profile provided to them by the client. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't contact them, but do keep your expectations in check. Number 3, recruiters will often tell you, the job seeker, that you should cultivate an exclusive relationship with just 1 or 2 recruiters. In an ideal world, this would be great, but I disagree with this advice. Recruiters don't necessarily share information about searches that they're working on. So if you only contact a couple of firms and 20 others have an assignment that matches your qualifications, you would never know about those assignments. That's why I recommend contacting as many recruiting firms that specialize in your industry or profession as is practical. Now, if you've provided your resume, most recruiters will place it in their proprietary database. And if a future search calls you up as a perfect candidate, they'll contact you, even if you haven't had the opportunity to build a truly personal relationship. Number 4, now this is related to point number 3. Once you've contacted recruiters and have begun to establish rapport with at least a few, your goal is to begin to build personal relationships. You should treat recruiters no differently than you would treat any other contact in your network. While the initial contact is generally made via email, now is the time to pick up the phone and start to build a dialogue. The best networkers know that effective networking involves some degree of reciprocity. So if you have a lead that would help the recruiter fill a position they're working on, you should make a quick phone call. Did you see something important in the news related to an industry specialty of the recruiter? Send a quick email. By being helpful, you ensure the recruiter remembers you the very next time that they have a position that's a match for your background and interests. Now again, another related to point number 3, you have to do your research. There are presently well over 15,000 recruiting offices in the United States alone. It is impractical and a waste of everyone's time to contact all of them indiscriminately. Do a little bit of research and determine which firms specialize in your industry of choice or positions like you are seeking. This small, segmented list is the one you should focus your time and attention on. This is called taking the rifle approach versus the shotgun approach. There are a few credible service providers who will assist you with the research and with contacting recruiters using a rifle approach. We're one of them at Distinctive Career Services, but most use the shotgun approach. If you decide to hire help during this stage, make sure you understand this distinction in which approach the provider is using. Number 6, make it easy for recruiters to help you. Structure and write your resume in a format that makes it easy for them to quickly identify your key qualifications. This is not the time for a functional resume. Most recruiters will simply throw a functional resume away. You must also be absolutely honest. Do not be tempted to embellish your resume. If you're found to be lying about anything, you will be blacklisted. Your cover letter should be fact-filled and written specifically to help the recruiter match you to their open assignments. When writing letters for clients, I often include 3 to 5 bullet points that clearly identify the qualifications and experiences that we anticipate the recruiter will be most interested in and looking for. Also, make the focus of your job search crystal clear. Be specific and tell the recruiter what you're looking for, the type and level of position, the size and type of company, your geographic preferences, and the salary range which you are targeting. And number 7, put some thought into your job search and the order in which you will conduct it. If you've already contacted a company, your resume is likely already in that company's internal database. If a recruiter now presents you as a candidate for a position at the same company, the company will not want to pay the recruiter for finding you because you're already known to the company. This creates a level of complexity in the whole deal that is almost impossible to overcome, and most recruiters won't work with you if they suspect you've blanketed HR departments with your resume. Selectively targeting a limited number of specific companies is more effective than broadcasting resumes to HR departments anyhow. But understanding this truth about recruiters just gives you another reason to do so. Just be smart about it. Be selective and use some discretion. If you want more free tips and expert advice to make your current or any future job search faster, easier, and more successful, then visit my website at www.distinctiveweb.com. I'm Michelle Dumas, the founder and executive director of Distinctive Career Services, LLC. Launched on the web in 1996, we are one of the longest standing, most respected and successful resume writing, job search coaching, and career marketing firms on the internet. Again, to learn more and get lots of free tips and advice, just go to www.distinctiveweb.com. Thank you.